public minion burrow. Alright then. I am going to leave the server open for a moment to allow people to trickle in. And I'm also going to go run to the bathroom. I will be back in a minute. If you wanted to join, you can send me a DM on Discord, and once I get back, I will... Where's the pressure plate here? Get to that as soon as I come back. So yeah, I will leave this open for a sec to let people join. It'll be the same IP and port as yesterday. The only differences are that today, when you're logging in, you'll need to use the password that you set with your character when you registered your password. So make sure you're using that and not the server password that I sent you day one. You don't need to DM me again if I sent you the details yesterday. The details are the same. You just have to use the password. I'm going to go run to the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. How unfixed is this world? So, this world is basically a regular Get-Fixedboi world. You can see the Get-Fixedboi world generation. You have the corrupt surface split in half, crimson and corruption. You have the honey layers, the regular one and the crispy layer down here. You have the mushroom layer, the underground don't dig up generation, the big platform down there. But in T-Edit, I've removed the fact that it was a Get-Fixedboi world. I un-Get-Fixedboi'd it. So it's the generation of a Get-Fixedboi world, but functionally, it's just a regular Master Mode world. We spawned up here in the middle of the Crimson Corruption thing. There were weapon swaps that were done for Get-Fixedboi, but because it's not Get-Fixedboi, they're regular strength weapons. So people have like a bubble gun right now. We're in early hard mode because you get the bubble gun from the dungeon, but it's not Get-Fixedboi, so it's not rebalanced. It's just the Duke Fisheron bubble gun that comes from a dungeon chest, effectively. Yeah, most of yesterday was sent at max players. However, it is Monday today. So it's possible some people might have, you know, job obligations or stuff like that. It's a school break, so I wouldn't expect people to be unavailable because of school, but it is a distinct possibility that there may be fewer people because of that. You have an exam tomorrow? Well, good luck. Like the spawn pyramid? Thank you. That's those are gold starry walls. Off over here, I think dirt blocks were replaced with gold starry blocks. You have the iron brick ocean here, and yeah, gold starry blocks here. What point in hard mode are we? Early hard mode. We just killed Wall of Flesh. Hello, Corruptor. Hello. We have not killed any hard mode bosses yet. I'm not sure when we're gonna kill hard mode bosses. We'll figure that out in a bit. I think we'll do fine. We have plenty of strong stuff. I'll probably get an Onyx Blaster myself. Echo blocks from the randomized part of the world placed here. Echo platforms. Echo platforms. Huh. Open the map? Sure. Yeah, so we have left ocean is just the normal Crimson Ocean. There's a meteorite down there. But can you find pixies? Wherever the hollow spawned. You have the giant tree to the dungeon. For some reason, so I used a mod that generated the dungeon multiple times during world gen. It's called like excessive world gen or something, where you can tell it to generate things multiple times. So it generated like 5 dungeons in the exact same location, and for some reason that made the tree above the dungeon just stretch into the sky. So there's a giant dungeon tree. We fought like 6 Skeletrons over there. There's the regular Crimson. We have a little elevator down here going down to, you know, typical Unfixedboi layers. This is the desert. It's penetrated the snow biome, which is why it's white. And it had some trouble. Yeah, a little bit of trouble. This is the jungle down here. I imagine the temple's probably up here. It's don't dig up. Shimmer's here. Looks like that's inactive Topaz Gemspark, I think was swapped there. Oh, there's a Sandstorm, if you happen to want a Sandstorm in a bottle, or Forbidden Set, Desert Spirit Lamp, whatever. You have the Underworld down here. That's where we killed the Wall of Flesh. It's all pretty typical Get Fixed Boy stuff. You've been playing a lot of T-Mod and often breaking platforms underneath stuff. Does that due to lag? Oh, hello, Wyvern. I think we probably have enough Souls of Flight, if I were to guess. Is he dead? I think he's dead. Souls of Flight. I mean, didn't we kill like 50 wyverns yesterday or something? It was a lot of wyverns. No more spider hell? Nope. Australia is not canon to this timeline. Okay, I'm gonna get another Dark Shard. I think I want an Onyx Blaster. Should be easy to get one here. If you join today, it would be with your non-T-Day character? Yes, if you played during T-Day, you need to use a different character. Because it's the same server, it would have saved the T-Day characters, you know, items and stuff, so you'd just be joining with that character. And you can't change the password. You just need a new character, a new name. This is Unfixedboi. We don't do Mech Deucer. Correct. Yeah. This is not Get Fixed Boy. The damage is regular for Master Mode. There are no boss changes that come with For the Worthy or Get Fixed Boy. It is just regular Terraria. I think it's technically a Drunk Seed. I think it's also technically a No Traps and Not the Bees Seed. But those last two have almost no impact on things. Being a Drunk Seed means that you like flop World Evil. You have the Otherworld soundtrack, whatever. Being a No Trap Seed, I think, has no consequences at all past World Gen. And being a Not the Bees Seed has almost no consequences past World Gen. However, if you are fishing in honey, there's a 50% chance for it to be treated as water. And I think another 50% chance for stuff in the jungle to be treated as not in the jungle, or maybe honey. I forget exactly what it is. I wrote it in my fishing guide, but there's something weird with fishing in honey in Not the Bees specifically. So that if you're fishing in honey, you might come across that one. Do I have a water candle? No. Where's the main hollow? Pyramid spawn is pretty hollow. Seems like it went to the right, so probably off to the right. You know what? I'm just gonna make a little spawning strip somewhere else. It'll be easier than trying to make this work. Main hollow is above the ice pylon. Okay. You have spare life crystals. If you are below 200 HP, I can get you to 200 HP. Is anyone below 200 HP? And if there was a hunger mechanic, early game would be death after death. Honestly, not really. You are okay. Anyone who's at less than 200 HP, just come meet me to at the spawn pyramid to the left of it. My name's Trout. I can get you guys some life crystals. Please white. Single file line. Forbidden fragment and hard mode chest. Okay. Okay. Is that everyone? Looks like it. You like the pyramid? It's nice. It's nice. It's like the Bass Pro Shop pyramid. I just love that the Bass Pro Shop pyramid exists. It's such a ridiculous concept that I can't help but love it. Can I build off of this? You can! Okay, this is actually pretty awesome. I did not know that you could build off of the Snake Tremors flute, but that's pretty nice. Why mentions of trout and bass? I just like fish. I think fish are cool. You guys like aquariums? I like aquariums. You can go in and like touch the jellyfish and the manta rays and all that stuff. It's nice. It's nice. I'm a #1 aquarium blazer. I like water. You pet a crab once? My sister used to have hermit crabs as a pet when she was a kid. They'd kill each other. They're all dead now. But she had them at one point. Honestly, hermit crabs, the conditions that they're kept in are kind of sad. You'll just see them in, like, tourist areas, just, like, sitting outside, and they're never kept in, like, tanks that are appropriate for them and stuff. The fact that my sister's hermit crabs were, you know, fighting and killing each other, I don't think was indicative of them having a great environment. Canadian aquariums are kind of sad. I've never been to an aquarium in Canada. I'll take your word for it, though. If I ever find myself in Canada, again, I will not visit an aquarium. Yeah, the standards for countries, animal attractions vary a lot from country to country. And even within a country from different areas. The one that I always remember is when I was in Japan with my family. There we go. There's the Blood Mummy conga line. And, okay, well, that was easy, Dark Shard. I guess I can grab a couple I'm here. I'm sure we can get Onyx Blasters for other people. Yeah, but... Japan has a lot of animal attractions that people like visiting and like making Instagram or TikTok stories about, or taking pictures of a bunch of animals that look cute. But I went to some very, very just depressing areas, like animal cafes and stuff like that, where the animals were just kept in terrible conditions. I went to an owl cafe in Sendai that was just sad. Are they the ones with the cat island? There are a couple cat islands on Japan, but that's a bit different. That's more of just like a place that has a bunch of stray cats. Whereas animal cafes are more of keeping animals in environments where they're inherently just really stressed, especially less social animals, for people's entertainment. I remember... I didn't even go to this one, but I saw there was like a bear park up near, I think it was near Okuhira Onsen. And the pictures on it online just looked sad. It looked bears in cages and stuff. They looked really unhappy. Yeah, it put me off from wanting to do any animal-related things when I was in Japan. You like cat cafes more because they're usually trying to get them adopted? Yeah, I know my mom had gone to a cat cafe when we were in Japan and had a good experience with that. I imagine they're an animal that people care more about and are also easier to care for, whereas, you know, there were like reptiles and birds and stuff that were just like, the reptiles were being kept in enclosures with no like cover to hide under. They were very clearly stressed. The birds were fighting with each other. You know, the owls were just like chained to a post. They weren't able to do anything. Their life was literally just sitting on a post for people's entertainment, for people to like make Instagram stories about them. It was sad. The rest of Canadian animal attractions, Barrow Calgary Zoo and Calgary Dinosaur Museum. Dinosaur Museum? Yo, they got animals at the Dinosaur Museum? What do they keep there? How many dinosaurs do they have? How do you join? You can read the description. You'll need to send me a DM on Discord, and then I can give you the IP and password. You just need to send me your character's name on Discord, and then I can, Yeah, I'm sure we'll get plenty of mech summons. That won't be an issue at all. Currently, we're at 27 players. There's still 5 open slots. I think it's a scam that Herplings don't drop vertebra, but floaty growths do. Okay, I'm going to sit here for a sec. It's daytime, so no more wraiths. I'm going to see if I have any more DMs on Discord. Nope. If you are wanting to join and have not gotten the IP and password, please just send me a message on Discord, and I'll try to make things work. All the dinosaurs, even the one I'm thinking of right now? The Ankylosaurus? Is there a snow biome? Yeah. You'd imagine Herplings as near-boneless flesh blobs? A near-boneless flesh blob? It's just like a... Okay. Okay. You're telling me that the Herpling has no bones, but the fucking ghost has bones? We've got boneless Herplings, but not boneless ghosts? Herplings are clearly insects, are they? I haven't really looked that closely at them. What does the bestiary have to say? These hyper-demented slug-like... Oh, shit. But it's got, like, teeth. Okay. It's a slug. We've killed 429 Herplings already? Jeez. Okay, I was not familiar with this slug game that these Herplings were given off. These buoyant terrors of the darkest crimson depths are both floaty and gross. Dripping organic matter in these mummies. Shark. Piggy. Spiders are in... Hold on. Spiders are invertebrates. How the fuck is a blood crawler gonna drop a vertebra? They're invertebrates. They don't have vertebra. Whose vertebra are they holding on to? You know, face monsters, they look like vertebra. That's okay. Chimera... I suppose that's acceptable. Their vertebra serve an entirely separate purpose from normal vertebra. What even our chimera? Dude, what are half of the monsters in Terraria? Like, what is a slime? What is a slime? That's not a real thing. many invalid login. How complicated is it to do the login thing? You need to... Okay, what you might have missed is that you need to... If you have a name that's multiple words, you need to put it in quotes when you're logging in. It needs to be either one word or it needs to be in quotes when you're trying to type it. How many souls in Tower of Power? I think 7 and 7. Not 100% sure. I'm gonna go down to get to Dark Shards. This actually might be a little tricky to get... Ah, who am I kidding? It's not gonna be tricky to get Dark Shards. The dungeon should be a really easy place to get Dark Shards. Right? Because it'll count as, Corruption or Crimson, whatever the nearby biome is. And there should be high spawn rates, easy to kill things there. Watch a theory that claimed slimes have 2 layers, a bouncy outside and a sticky inside. No. I mean, it depends on the color of the slime, whether it's bouncy or sticky. Pinky, bouncy. Blue, bluey, sticky. Greeny, sticky. Clyde, sticky. I think I'm confusing sludge with slime. No, I know slime. Slime is the lasagna from Rainwood. Depends on the density of the slime. If it's highly compressed, it'll be bouncy. Might be onto something. I don't know. I think if the spider is allowed to have a vertebra, then herplings can have a vertebra. I think this probably still counts as dungeon. I'll see if I'm getting souls to drop. Or also counts as corruption. It's got to be corruption somewhere down here, surely. Actually, you know, I could just grab some Crimstone. Let me just get some Crimstone. It's weird that toxic sludges have faces, suggesting they're most closely related to town slimes. Hop and Jack also has a face. Any other slimes with faces? Don't gastropods have a face? When they open? Don't they have a little face? Yeah, gastropods are technically slimes, as per the Royal Gel. Are they even slimes? The Royal Gel... So I think gastropods are kind of like a Canada or Australia situation in the Commonwealth. Where, like, they're not part of the slime empire anymore, but they still recognize the queen, or I guess king now, as a monarch. So if you have the Royal Gelatin equipped, they won't attack you. You DM me the character's name? Okay, I'll get right to that. Okay, I have 3 DMs. Gonna just get to each one of you in order. Cosplayer, flatbread, and cat food. There you go. What visual effect does the disco ball have? I think it just generates light. We have 5 slots, so if you want to join, all 3 of you should be able to get in. I can get you guys to 200 HP once I get back home. It might take me a minute, though. How much Crimstone was that? 191. Plus that Crim Sand. That's enough to make an artificial biome. Toxic sludges are from different socioeconomic backgrounds. We will kill Queen Bee. We can kill Queen Bee at some point, yeah. I don't think we found any Queen Bee spawners, but it's not too difficult to make a summon for Queen Bee. Getting a Witch Doctor can be helpful, especially later on. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and crimson up this area so we can get souls. You think sludges legally constitute as slimes? I don't know. I don't know if I count a sludge as a type of slime. That doesn't fit with my definition of slime. Like, okay, is Grimer from Pokemon a slime? Is Muck a slime? I don't think they're really slimy. I think they're sludgy. I think it's different. Is a Herpling a slime? No. Hold on. Herplings, very specifically, are described as, I guess, slug-like, not sludge-like. But a slug is a gastropod. Right, there has to be some differentiation here, because a gastropod's a slime, and they're like a snail, and slugs and snails are like both mollusks, right? Is a mollusk a slime? Does it drop gel? Shit, I didn't mean to press that. I mean, I don't think gel can be the sole factor at play, because there are... Hold on, are there non-slime enemies that drop gel? What drops gel? I mean, there are slime zombies, but I think whether or not those count is dubious. Oh, there's a wolf. Oh. Huh. Were they always there? Am I blind, or did those guys just blink into existence when I got nearby? Thanks for awakening my mimics. I didn't know there were mimics there. I'm pretty sure they were invisible. You have a bubble gun. I'm pretty sure it'll be faster just to kill them with the bubble gun than it will be to have them die in lava. Maybe put them a bit underneath the surface. That way anyone running by doesn't trigger them on accident. Because they physically... I'm pretty sure they were invisible. Alright, chain guillotines. Clinger staff. Do you want those chain guillotines? I mean, I wouldn't be against going melee and using chain guillotines. I can give you the clinger staff. The bubble gun is nerfed in Get Fixed Boy? Exactly, but it's not Get Fixed Boy. It was Get Fixed Boy, but is not any longer. Is Demon Chain nerfed in Unfixedboi, or is it the same? The chain guillotines are the same as normal. You're ever thinking of the chain knife and KO cannon? A desert key. Kitty cat. Do I care? I mean, I don't really care. And we've got Souls of Night. I'm working on getting some now, stupid. Actually, Actually, hold on. Is this... Well, I've already committed to the dungeon. Luigi is the queen in Mario Chess? I think there's a lesson in there. You need healing potions? You can buy them from the merchant. He sells healing potions in hard mode. What's a good range weapon? Onyx Blaster's good. Pretty easy to get. Just like a titanium repeater or a palladium repeater is solid too. You can get a dart rifle, dart pistol. If you want something a little spicier. Does this count as corruption yet? Surely this must be corruption now. Then I have a spare hard mode pickaxe. I would check the tools chest. Might be some in there. Hello, Blazing Wheel. Hello, Blazing Wheel. Yes, you'll grind souls with me? Please don't. Please go do it with someone else. Has the underworld been mostly raided of life crystals? I doubt it. Okay, I cannot get Souls of Night to drop here. I don't know why. I wonder if it's... You know what it might be? Unfixedboi plays around with layers a bit. This might not be deep enough to be the cavern layer. I think depths are a little bit weird in Unfixedboi. I'll grab this magic missile. Could come in handy for someone. Hello. Music will change depending on depth in the dungeon? Let's make some extra chests. Okay, bunch of stuff in the weapons chest. When's the next server event? Or what's the next server event? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Have we seen a blood moon? There has not been a blood moon yet, no. Unfortunately. Make a chest for pets. It's the best way to find regular mimics. I mean, honestly, if you just sat around in the underworld in the ash area there, you'd probably see a lot of them. But, I'm not sure it would be the best way, but if I wanted to farm mimics, I'd probably just go hang around that flat area in the underworld. You're still technically on company time for half an hour more, but... Okay. 11% crit chance. What's giving me crit chance? Adamantite leggings. Let's see. The previous server ran for 15 hours without blood moons. This one's going on for about 5 hours without them either. I mean, I don't think it's a T-Shot config setting. I think they can happen. But, I don't know. It's possible there might be something wrong with the config. Okay, I mean... Win in Rome. You know? I mean, I've got a bubble gun. So... When life gives you bubbles, make a gun. What is this playthrough? It's a Get Fixedboi world that is no longer fixed. So it has all the Get Fixedboi world generation, but it's not Get Fixedboi. So the bubble gun's back to its normal, functional Duke Fishron self. Let me pop down to the shimmer. I can shimmer my adamantite. Make the mage head. All it took for magic weapons to be good was, getting the bubble gun pre-mech. Gives a max mana buff, which is the main reason I want it. Hey, you know what they say? These magic weapons are kind of... Alright. Do I remember if a meteorite has fallen in this world? Yeah, a meteorite's fallen. Where's the merchant? I have no idea. But 2 meteors? I have a mechanical worm. It's got all the world gen, but not all the painful things about it. Yeah, yeah. And because of the weapon swaps, that means that a lot of the items that you get are just a lot more powerful than they should be. Like, normally the bubble gun is swapped with the Aqua Scepter. The Aqua Scepter comes from Duke Fishron, and the bubble gun comes from dungeon chests. And because of that, bubble gun is very weak, and the Aqua Scepter is very strong. But here we take that weapon swap, but we don't nerf the bubble gun. So this is just the Duke Fishron bubble gun, going from dungeon chests. You're 80% sure that's not a T-Shot config issue? I don't think it's a config issue. I think we've just gotten unlucky. If I ever need to, we can do World Event Blood Moon. I don't need to. Okay, so this is the Jungle Temple. So I give 200 max speed to everyone in hard mode? Yeah, just hang around base. I'll, once it hits morning, I can head back there. Get you to 200 HP. Yeah, at this point, I do know T-Shock's configs fairly well on account of having done probably like a dozen different servers and needing to do T-Shock config every single time. It's a very annoying thing to learn the first time. Because there's a lot of just random, arbitrary stuff that T-Shock decides that you have to undo or set yourself. Keep on seeing meteorites fall in the background after their conditions are met, and then there are no server messages about them. No, I'm not going to get that fallen star. Unfortunate. Okay, yeah. If you need life crystals, come see me to the left of the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. Because people are beating Eater of Worlds for Scarf? Yeah, there's a spawn roll for it each time the Eater dies. Okay. Okay, I mean, I'm ready to fight mechanical bosses. I mean, I guess I could get wings, but honestly, who needs wings with this many players? I could just... I'm sure somebody will get dev wings to drop from a treasure bag. Where is the mechanic? Probably with the goblin, if I were to guess. I have no idea where she is. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think I need wings. I guess I can combine a couple of my accessories. Did I have... Have we looted Sky Islands? Thoroughly, at least. I don't have anything else going on today, so... I guess I can check them out regardless. Oh, hello. Server's full already? It might not be. There's still one more slot. If you take the shock out of T-Shock config... How... What? I have no idea what you're referencing. You're mining hard mode ores for new players to get armor. You're very generous, Karl Marx. Me? Big Karl Marx fan. Love that guy. He did all the mining to get people armor. That's what he's famous for. Well, clearly someone's been here. Called him a master miner? Yeah, that guy loved miners. Can console players join my fun-filled server? Unfortunately not, Baltazard. If you're on mobile, you can join. I'm not 100% sure on the details of what you need to do for that because I've never actually joined a server for mobile, but I know it is possible for mobile players to join PC-hosted servers. Unfortunately, it's not possible for console players to do that. Might change in the future if 1.4.5 or a later update adds some kind of crossplay, but as of right now, unfortunately, there's no way for you to join from console. Right. No clouds. Well, it looks like these have been pretty well looted anyways. Normally, you don't even think about that because they're made of clouds, so the fall damage gets cancelled. Hey, Milk the Second. Congrats on inventing gravity. I'm like Isaac Newton. How many of you guys believe Isaac Newton was a real person? You? Is as fake as the moon? Dude, my brother-in-law genuinely believes the moon landing is fake. Like, unironically, I don't understand. Like, he's not a stupid person, but he's just like the type of, I don't know, belligerent person who likes believing in conspiracy theories. It's like so incomprehensible to me to think that the moon landing did not happen. There's such an unbelievably large body of evidence, you know? You were there for it? It's so real? Exactly, that guy was there for the moon landing. Next time, just ask him exasperatedly if thinks the moon exists. Do you look to the moon? That one's funny because it's a Rain World reference. I'd respect him more if he thought the moon didn't exist than if he thought the moon landing didn't exist. Or didn't happen. Right? Because if somebody tells you they don't think the moon exists, that person is fucking, like, completely unhinged. Right? There's no reasoning with a person who doesn't think the moon exists. If someone doesn't think the moon exists, they don't exist in the same reality that you do. But if someone doesn't think the moon landing happened, then they're just stupid. Right? Like there are a few blind people who don't believe the moon exists. Well, to believe the moon doesn't exist, you have to have a notion of the moon being there. Someone would have to talk to you about the moon. And then the blind person would have to be like, giant floating rock in the sky. Dude, fuck that. You're yanking my leg. There's no such thing as a moon. Right? And I respect that a hell of a lot more than someone saying, nah, landing on the moon? That doesn't sound right. The mining speed situation is crazy. This is the power of the titanium pickaxe. A couple of years ago, the titanium pickaxe was just a joke, right? No one seriously used the titanium pickaxe. Everyone thought it was trash. People would call it one of the most useless items in the game because why would you spend your titanium making a pickaxe that doesn't let you mine the next tier of ore? Right, it's useless. But that was before the mining speed renaissance, where people realized that the titanium pickaxe is actually incredible because it's able to reach a tool speed of 1, which allows it to mine twice as fast as an adamantite pickaxe when properly buffed. Right now, I'm breaking 60 blocks per second, which is pretty ridiculous. The moon has got to be like a religion for blind people. Everyone says it's there, but no way to prove it. That's a funny thought. So that would make blind people denying the moon the blind equivalent of atheists. There's a moon there? Prove it. You can't prove to me that the moon exists. You're gonna develop a new and innovative belief that the moon landing did happen, but the moon stopped existing sometime after. But they brought like a giant nuclear warhead to the moon, accidentally detonated it, blew up the moon, and then had to fake it and just put in a giant like styrofoam moon in the sky to make people think they didn't blow up the moon. I'm totally dead. Not if I can get up here. Alright. This is not the place I want to be mining in because you break ebon stone at half the speed that you break regular stone with a titanium pickaxe, so it's not ideal. Try to get some cursed flames. It's a healthy amount. Should help some other people. So there's probably at least one blonde person who believes in the sun, but not the moon. Well, I feel like you can prove the existence of the sun through solar flares, right? But there are no lunar flares. The moon's never disrupting our technology. There's just no empirical evidence for the moon to exist. When lunar flares happen, you know, maybe then you could prove the moon exists. Okay, you guys want to fight a mech boss tonight? I feel like we have the best matchup against the twins with all of our bubble guns. Pretty good single target damage, but you guys can let me know what kind of weapons you're working with. You want wings? You have 3.5 minutes. Oh, you could have let people know you were going to summon Queen Bee. It's going to be difficult to fight a mech boss tonight if Queen Bee's still alive. Do we kill her in 3 minutes? If they have a bubble gun, maybe. Okay, let's just say that the night after this we'll summon a mech boss. You guys have 1 day to get things ready. I think with Queen Bee alive, it's going to be a hassle, so. Oh, it's at 29 out of 32 right now. I guess a couple people left. Yeah, there's slots. Be a convenient place to be. Which mech is first? I think we'll fight the twins first, unless people have a lot of piercing stuff. A lot of us are working with like bubble guns and things, which are not going to be super effective on the destroyer. They won't be bad. It's still a Duke Fishron weapon, but I think we'll have a better matchup against the twins. So yeah, day after this, we'll fight the twins. Not today. Don't trust that chest. This is gonna fall. Since we have bubble guns, why not pre-mech Duke? Because we can fight the mech bosses. Why would we fight Duke Fishron? Like, a couple people have bubble guns. I do actually want to play the game. What is pre-mech Fishron going to do? It's going to be sitting there. We're not going to lose the fight. It's probably going to take like 30 or 40 minutes, and then the game's over after that. And pre-mech Fishron also removes the reason to... Oh, that was a boulder, right? This is Unfixedboi. gonna put 2 life crystals in the hard mode chest. I can get rid of some of these weapons now. Yeah, I'm gonna put chain guillotines and a palladium repeater. And well, I guess I'll keep the palladium repeater. Having some piercing is nice. Like half an hour waiting for rain for a snowstorm yesterday, and you got rain for like 10 minutes without a single ice golem spawn, and then didn't get rain for another 1.5 hours. That's rough. We'll fight the mechs the night after this. I think there's just not enough people ready, and trying to do it right now would be a mess. But night after this, we'll do the twins, and then we'll do one each day after that. So you guys have 24 minutes to get ready for the mech bosses. And again, if anyone joined with less than 200 HP, come see me to the left of the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid, and I can get you to 200 HP. Okay, one more. Is that everyone? I think so. I guess I can reforge my bubble gun. I don't have 4 Souls of Night. I don't. I was gonna combine some of my items too. Let's see, Charm of Myths. Was it just Charm of Myths? I suppose it was just Charm of Myths. Thunder Zapper, huge hard mode weapon. We find wherever the goblin is. Motorist, inept, lazy, broken, slow, forceful, celestial, hurtful, ruthless, annoying. Celestial. Am I fine with celestial? I feel like celestial's fine for now. Don't have too much money. The mana cost reduction is quite nice. Okay, suppose I can go mining in the meantime. Maybe I just save my mining stuff for once Chlorophyte becomes unlocked. What can I do? What can we do? I'll tell you what. We can go down to the underworld and we can fight the Wall of Flesh again. To allow people who did not get emblems and stuff to get another emblem. Or get a second emblem if you already have one, you know, for Avenger emblem or later stuff. I'll be waiting down here. You guys can come ahead down to the underworld. I'll just go to the mushroom pylon to get there. Could I save a demon heart for you? No. In order to do that, someone would have to not open their treasure bag until you join, but it'd be easier just to fight Wall of Flesh again when you get here. The problem is we can't get a demon heart unless somebody didn't consume it. Or if they just don't open their treasure bag, which, like, leaving it unopened treasure bag is an option, but it's easier just to refight the Wall of Flesh later, because there'll be other people that need Wall of Flesh stuff. Okay. 15 seconds. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's very silent. Oh, it's not walking, honey. Oh, there are fewer of us than the last time we were here, but on the other hand, we do have a lot more bubble guns and hard mode weapons and stuff, so I think we should be fine on the Wall of Flesh. Oh, I thought we'd be fine. Somebody made a farming spot here. Didn't have the wall of like 500k yesterday? No, wall had a third of a million HP yesterday. This is as much as it had. Yeah, we're at 30 players, so it might have had like, you know, a couple tens of thousands more, but it was about the same amount. Go ahead and put emblem in here. Uh, 324,000. Yeah, there was like what, 310,000 here. It's pretty similar. Is there a spider cave? I'm sure there's one somewhere. I'm not sure where they're at though. I can't catch a break with these. I was gonna shimmer to a mage emblem. Do you message me on Discord for the server IP? Yep, with your character's name. You know, we could probably just beat the game today. Alright, we got 4 hours. I'm trying to think, and like, honestly, I think with how strong we are, I don't think there's much that's gonna... If we rush, I don't even think if we rushed, I think just like... I don't think there's anything that can stand up against us. We'll see, though. We'll fight the twins this coming night. Does anyone have a mech eye they can give me? Oh, I can get rid of these dark shards now. I'll be up in the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. Sure, you can easily craft like 20 mech eyes. Yeah, but people already have them, so why waste them if we got mechanical eyes? Oh, hello, Ivan. Yeah, can somebody with one of those mechanical eyes give me a mechanical eye? I'm to the left of the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. Although when an all items research character, you learn that many brick types have furniture variants that you never knew exist, and they all look pretty cool. Like what? There are a lot of random furniture variants and sets in Terraria. It gets kind of ridiculous. That's cool. That's not a, it's not a mechanical eye, though. I don't need a second one here. Alright, that's cool. It's not a mechanical eye, though. You have a mechanical eye? I'm to the left of the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. My name's Trout. Alright, thanks. Yeah, we'll fight the twins the night after this, just to the left of the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. In the meantime, I suppose I can... So what kind of potion ingredients are we working with? Any spare mount? I know someone had a goat skull from the Wall of Flesh that they said was in one of the chests, but I don't know if it's still there. Do we have a chest with pixie dust in it? Are we just out of pixie dust? What's the pixie dust and crystal shard situation? We're just out of it? Okay. Okay, I see. There's a lot of crystal shards in the... What chest even? Crystal shards should go in the potion chest or the hard mode chest. Okay, I'll go collect some pixie dust, I suppose. Find pixie dust right now? Okay. I'll go grab some as well. Good for potions. You think we can fight all 3 mechs in one night? No. No, I don't think so. Not with our current strength. Shield no wings, you can wait for jetpack relief. That's fair. Yeah, once we kill a mech boss, we really get jetpacks. Very simple. And, like, you don't really need wings for the twins in multiplayer. They're nice, but... really don't need them. Reef one is also pretty. Is that with like coral? Yeah, I see the pixie farm. You can do queen slime until night? We can do queen slime the night after the twins. I think I'd like to do the twins first. This would be a much more effective pixie farm if it was not sand. If it was just like pearl stone or hollowed grass. The light mummies are soaking up a lot of the pixie spawns. There's a grass hollow farm on the left. Okay, I think I see it. Do we have a soul of light farm? I don't know. Probably, but not sure where. Nobody seems to remember that cactus pickaxes exist. You've seen a few start with nothing challenge videos where people look around for bombs to get wood or furnace instead of making one. Cactus pickaxes used to be really popular, but they nerfed the cactus pickaxe to be slower than the copper pickaxe, which removes a lot of its relevancy. Because a lot of people would get the... Oh, I see. I see. Oh, I just... Man... Unicorn horns are nice too, because unicorn horns, I think, are what you need for super mana potions, right? Isn't it unicorn horns and crystal shards? Ooh, fallen stars, that's a bit awkward. You need reef blocks with stone, coral, and seashells. Huh. But yeah, cactus pickaxes used to be like the default. You start the game, you go to the... Especially back when you could break cactus by just breaking the sand block underneath them. Go to the desert, get a bunch of cactus, make cactus pickaxes until you get a speed boosting reforge, and then just work from there. But after the cactus nerf, where you can't collect them as quickly, and after the cactus pickaxe itself got nerfed, it really just isn't super great. Like, it doesn't have the range penalty of the copper pickaxe, and it's not that much slower, but it's a lot more of a side grade than just a straight upgrade, which is sad. You can't just get a cactus pickaxe to offset the problems of a bad reforge in the starting pickaxe anymore. It's like 1 tick slower mining speed. It's probably still faster than the poor reforge copper pickaxe, but yeah, it's not great. Also, I don't think a garden gnome really does anything here. I appreciate the effort of putting in a garden gnome, but unicorn horns and pixie dust are both guaranteed drops. I guess they increase the likelihood of a hollowed key to drop. And I guess megaphone from pixies, but that's really about it, because basically all the drops you get from the hollowed enemies here are guaranteed. I guess blessed apple. Yeah, okay, that's something. Yeah, no, I guess you get apple drop rates. Oh, hello, Ivan. Yeah, money too. Do you think the Reaver Shark nerf was a bad change overall? No, I think ultimately the Reaver Shark needed to be nerfed. Like, it could not have stayed in the position it was in because it was too powerful. If you could still get Hellstone pre-boss with minimal effort, you would do it every run because, like, it was just so overwhelmingly overpowered that you just did it every run. You never did anything else because it was so much better than everything else. I think the problem is there's not a ton of design space for pickaxes. Right, like, it's sad having the Reaver Shark be nerfed to the point of near obsolescence. It's not completely obsolete. Oh, there's a blessed apple. Thank you for that garden gnome. Help with the blessed apple. But it's difficult to find design space for a pickaxe to fit with everything else because is it faster than the bone pickaxe? No. Is it faster than the easily obtainable like ore pickaxes, like fossil pickaxe, gold pickaxe, platinum pickaxe, stuff like that? Yes, but it's not that much faster than them, and I think with doing its original nerf, it wasn't even faster than them. Which just kind of puts it in the awkward spot of why get it when you can just easily get a fossil pickaxe with less effort for comparable results. I think it was very nice that the Reaver Shark used to be able to mine Hellstone. It was fun while it lasted. I think it's similar to pre-nerf Molotov cocktails. If you didn't experience the pre-nerf Molotov cocktails, it's probably the strongest nerf that any item in Terraria has ever received. You're probably gonna die, Turtles. You're gonna want to heal or something. I don't have any water to douse here. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. you can just look at the wiki page for Molotov cocktails and see the stat changes that they went through. It is ridiculous. They went from like 40 base damage to like 20 base damage. Something like that. And they also had their crafting recipe changed to require pink gel, which made them basically completely useless. Not only was their damage shot to the point of just like completely ruining or wrecking the damage, it also nerfed their obtainment to the point where no one ever got Molotov cocktails. They went from being the strongest thing in the game. You could make them 10 minutes into a run and they could kill the wall of flesh, and every other boss in free hard mode super consistently, to you could spend hours trying to get them, not find a pinky, and then even if you got them, they'd still kind of suck. The false pickaxe is inconsistent to get if you get unlucky with an extractinator spawn. Yeah, but you are guaranteed to get an extractinator spawn in the desert, and it usually doesn't take that long. It is true that you can potentially be spending a while looking for them. I want to put a bunch of greater healing potions in the potions chest, about 50 of them. Don't take all of them, but there are some in there if you need some healing potions. Dude. I appreciate the effort of trying to keep things organized, but it's very silly seeing having a potion ingredients chest and having the potion ingredients put in just the generic like materials chests where like you never use a mushroom for anything. I guess you can make soup with a mushroom, but mushroom should definitely go in the potion ingredients chest. Okay, it is almost twin times. Let's head... twin time. Twins time? Twins time. Yeah, that's how you grammatically say that. Let's head to the left of the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid, and we'll fight the twins over here. The River Shark has the advantage of not having to go to the Underground Desert. The Underground Desert in pre-hard mode is not bad. The hard mode Underground Desert sucks, but the pre-hard mode one's not that bad. Let's try to split the twins up when the time comes, yeah. Some of us take, you know, Spasmatism or Retinazer to the left, whichever one makes more sense, and vice versa. You'll take Spaz. Do you have aggro buff? If not, it can be hard to actually consistently get his aggro to you. $100 HP? Oh, if you're very fast about it, you can come see me to the left of the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid, and I can get you HP, but you'll need to be fast. Up here, receding hairline. First platform layer. Not you, Basic Phoenix. You don't. You're at 200 HP. This is for people at less than 200 HP. Anyone have an icicle? Very specific question. I haven't seen one going around. Okay, time for the twins. Oh. Never mind, time for the destroyer. Game had other ideas. Alright, make sure we manage the probes. You do not want to have a huge probe buildup. $5,000 HP per probe? Honestly, less than I was expecting. Yeah, the bubblegun's really mana efficient, which can be nice because I don't actually have very many mana potions right now. Okay, well, we're getting through his probes pretty effectively. Once the probes are all gone, it's pretty simple to just beat up the worm itself. Oh, I ran out of mana. I was wondering where I wasn't attacking. Your roommate's been promising you to play Terraria for a month. He played like once a week ago for half an hour, then he dipped, and now it's the same story. He'll play tomorrow for sure. Greater mana potion, Fallen Star, Crystal Shroud, Unicorn Horn. Yeah, Fallen Stars are tough to get. If you really want to max out mining speed, you feel like a decent shot at getting the bone pickaxe while killing undead miners. You do, but it's still pretty rare. The mining armor set is a lot more common than the bone pickaxes. The probes are annoying. Well, once they're dead, they stay dead. And I think it looks like almost all of his probes are gone now, so we can just beat up the destroyer now. Now, what's a good way to recover mana? I guess I just buy a bunch of mana potions. The bubblegun consumes little enough mana that I think I can reasonably chow down on some mana potions. I just have to go find the wizard after this. Okay, well, we'll fight Queen Slime the morning after this, and then night after this we'll fight the twins. Unless the game decides it wants to spawn Skeletron Prime. For like an hour farming for the Rod of Discord in your all items world with 10x spawn rates without getting it? That's surprising. 10x spawn rate Rod of Discord I think you get pretty quickly, but... sometimes RNG is just not in your favor. It could take a sec to heal. Just check to make sure I actually had my full armor set equipped, because I had been having the mining set in and out. Why did destroy spawn camping now? It's possible somebody might have recalled back home when they were aggroed to them. Which... maybe could have led them back there? Who knows? Yeah, just make sure you favorite your healing potions. Unfortunately, the server unfavorites your items each time you load back in because of server-side characters, but... hello, Destroyer. Goodbye, Destroyer. Okay, well, we'll get Steampunker in the morning. We'll fight Queen Slime. Also in the morning, I suppose. There's a Gelatin Crystal. Yeah, let me go find the wizard. You experienced 1.2.1 Molotov cocktails? Yeah, they were nice. That should last me the rest of the game. Oh, some wings, thank you. Yeah, see? I told you somebody would get dev wings. From viable weapon to gimmick item. Not even viable weapon, like, one of the best items in the game. Right? It was the speedrun strat. Like, every speedrun from that time period would just speedrun getting ale and keg and just make Molotovs. Because they would just... incredibly easy to get, consistent, and powerful. Is that meteorite? Okay. Queen Slime could be a little tricky, but I need 2 more. We have shark statues. I'm sure you could farm shark fins easily. You don't think it's rained since hard mode started? That's unfortunate. Where? I guess would be the statue chest. Or furniture chest. Maybe somebody set them up somewhere. I know we had shark statues. I don't see them in a chest. I'm guessing somebody made a farm for them somewhere. But I have no idea where. You're farming sharks at the mushroom pylon? Apparently they're farming sharks at the mushroom pylon. Does Bass Statue Transmutation work on T-Shock? I think so, but I would ban people for using Transmutation. You don't think so without glitches? I mean, Bass Statue Transmutation is a glitch, so... I see your DM now, Salmonator. I've got you. Alright, in about a minute, I'll go ahead and summon Queen Slime. I guess I'll do it at the left pixie dust farm, and then I'll just bring her to the right. I think that'll work pretty well. I should grab some fallen stairs. Get a Mega Shark? Nice. Yeah, another Kill the Destroyer, Mega Shark, light discs. Well, hollowed repeater. Hollowed armor, potentially, if you pull together stuff from other people as well. Viable options. I get an Ultra Shark? Ultra Shark? Just spawn 5 Mega Sharks at once. You want to get light disc, but you don't have enough souls of light. Well, we've got some time today. You could go grab some. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and summon Queen Slime, and then I'm going to bring her to the right. To the spawn arena. $760,000 HP on Queen Slime. Yeah, don't worry about trying to shoot her right now. Just, we want to stay close enough that she doesn't, despawn. And then just kind of pull her to the side. Probably teleporting now. Is this the arena? Yep. Remember to press the mana button. Just spawn 5 sharks at once. Yeah, as it turns out, the bubble gun, kind of a good weapon. I gotta heal. I genuinely can't tell what's going on down there. I know there are projectiles coming up, but we're sending so many projectiles at her, I can't tell which ones are ours and which ones are hers. Isn't it stimulating enough to spawn 5 more Queen Slimes? Understood. My favorite part about that is how it sets the time to 7:30. Queen Prime. Queen Slime called on her ancient contract with the Skeletrons for self-defense. What happened to the other 4 Skeletrons? Why is there only 1 here? Did I summon 5 Skeletrons? Yeah, I summoned 5 Skeletrons. What happened to the other ones? Let's just get a couple more. I don't think we have enough Skeletrons. I'm not sure what enough Skeletrons is, but the amount we had, not enough. $500 Skeletrons. I wonder how many Skeletrons the game would let me summon. Oh, it was the gel. It was the gel. Man, Queen Slime's really a fucking hard boss, huh? I think Terraria doesn't properly acknowledge the fact that as a queen, Queen Slime would have access to an army, mercenaries, troops, soldiers to fight on her behalf. $30 is not 500? No, but each one comes equipped with 2 arms, and there's an NPC limit of, what, 200? So there's like, I think there's like 50 Skeletrons in right now. Which would be 50 Skeletrons plus 100 hands, which is already almost at the NPC limit. Just raise the entity cap. Where the hell, where are these Skeletrons going? Are they still all conglomerating into one? Are they disappearing? Because we're not killing them. She does have mercenaries, they're called wyverns. Yeah, I don't... Why do they keep going away? There's no way in hell we're killing the Skeletrons. And they can't all be compacted into one Skeletron there. You led them away? Lead this away. Just the giant wave of Skeletrons. Queen Slime is commanding her forces. Yeah, I like that we've completely, at this point, ignored Queen Slime. It's just 70 Skeletrons. This is Skeletron's true form. You guys thought Skeletron Prime was the hard mode version of Skeletron? No, no. No, this is the hard mode version of Skeletron. This is hard mode Skeletron. At this point, there are more Skeletrons than players in the server. I I like how every single Skeletron just compact themselves on top of each other, so it's just one Skeletron with 140 hands. Biblically accurate Skeletron. The old man is quaking in his boots. Yeah, after we freed the old man from his curse, Queen Slime got cursed by Skeletron, and Queen Slime's a much better host of Skeletron's power. Queen Slime is gone. What do you mean Queen Slime's gone? What happened to her? Is there one Skeletron with 800 hands? I'm sorry, that one Skeletron has 140 hands? Let's not over-exaggerate. Queen Slime put her soldiers to die and left. Lore-accurate Queen Slime. Skeletron, like, doesn't even do damage at this point. Why is there an eye? I don't know. Someone had a suspicious-looking eye. Okay. I don't remember the command to despawn nearby NPCs, so I'm gonna be here for a while. You like you can't even see Skeletron's head, it's just a huge coast flame. Well, Skeletron is a coast guy. That checks out with his lore. Let's do this with Skeletron Prime. Okay. Skeletron's older brother came. Yeah, he didn't even spawn his hands because there were too many NPCs spawned in. Spaghetti-tron. So, the Skeletron Primes don't seem to be accumulating into one. Oh, no, yes they are, yes they are. It just took a minute. Remember when we were going to fight Queen Slime? This is related to Queen Slime. In a way, we're still fighting Queen Slime. We're just fighting her forces. Each Skeletron Prime is 1.2 million HP, by the way. Okay, well, this is a good time to ask the question. Does anyone remember the commands to despawn NPCs in T-Shot? Because I don't. We used it during T-Day, but I don't remember what the command actually is. I forgot. I don't remember what the command is. No, it's like clear NPCs or purge NPCs or something. I don't know. I can go look through T-Shock's documentation, but Butcher? No, Butcher actually kills them. There's one to kill them, and there's one to despawn them. Or, like, clear them. Slash kill? No, it's not kill. Just set time of day? Yeah, that's actually a great idea. Time Noon. Okay. The Skeletron... The Skeletron cannon has finally unleashed itself. He's finished charging up. I love how Skeletron Prime is like twice as fast when he's enraged compared to regular Skeletron. Yeah, sorry. There's a space before impending doom approaches. It's very obviously from a announcement box. Hey, Skeletron. He just slides in on screen. Alright, Prime is gone. Prime is leaving. Prime is gone. Okay, so. As we were doing, let's fight Queen Slime. I don't really feel like, Oh. We just fought Queen Slime? Yeah, we lost the Queen Slime fight. We'll have to rematch Queen Slime and her 100 Skeletrons. Okay, I'll resummon Queen Slime. I'll set the time back to morning. And, yeah. Queen Slime, take 2. Traveling Merchant. Is he nearby? You could have, like, a Zappinator, Gatligator. Queen Slime's many kings are here. Yeah, reverse harem. The unfaithful wife and her 50 lovers? No, they're all like... I'm pretty sure slimes reproduce through mitosis anyway. They're all clones of the same slime. It's a polyamorous relationship. Is there a Queen Slime in there? I don't even know if Queen Slime is down there or if she's somewhere else. King Slime has a 10th of Queen Slime's HP. Yeah, but there are also 50 of him. Oh, she's off to the left. Okay. Well, there's the King Slime Death Pit here, and then Queen Slime's off to the left. Is the Fruitcake Chakram a viable weapon for Eye of Cthulhu? I don't know how strong the Fruitcake Chakram is. I mean, probably. But I cannot look you in the eyes with a straight face and tell you that I've used the Fruitcake Chakram or know how good it is. It's probably fine. What is this? We're fighting Queen Slime. And the King Slimes are honestly kind of killing a lot of people. Those are some dangerous guys. I mean, King Slime does do a lot of damage. Yeah, people don't remember Unfixedboi Queen Slime. Man, that's what Relogic should do for Queen Slime in Unfixedboi, is just spawn 10 King Slimes whenever you summon Queen Slime. You got a desert key? Yeah, no surprise there. The King Slimes are starting to fall. We're breaching their defenses. One after another, the monarchies fall. After this, we get a slime parliament. Slime democracy instead of a slime monarchy. Is anyone here French? Anyone get a guillotine? We have chain guillotines. Yeah, okay, hold on. Let's go. I'm gonna go grab the chain guillotines from the weapons chest if it's still in there. I feel like it's, you know, it's appropriate. Why are they green? Ichor. Yellow plus blue is green. Let's see, it was weapons. Well, they're not in there, but somebody should have a chain guillotines then. My inventory is completely full. Oh, Queen Slime has joined her kings. Yeah, she's a lot more dangerous than they are. Queen bee? No, it's not queen bee. Oh, companion cube? Well, there'll probably be enough money to buy a companion cube after this. You see all the items you had last time? You need to join with a new character if you were playing on T-Day. Milk. Yes, you need to make a new character. That was written in the rules. Oh, Queen Slime calls her bestie Queen Bee for support? No, Queen Slime's got enough backup. After King Slime inflation? That sounds like porn I don't particularly want to watch. I don't want to look up King Slime inflation. No, it needs to be a different name. Different character, different name. I mean, you could rename your character. The server just tracks the name of the character. You can't join with the same name. It needs to be a different name. This doesn't look very Unfixedboi. This looks nothing like Get Fixed Boy. I don't know what you mean. Oh, I didn't even notice I was taking damage. It's really hard to tell what's going on with this many projectiles and things. Well, Queen Slime is dying. It just goes to show it's not difficult to overthrow... sorry, it's not easy to overthrow a monarchy. They'll do whatever they can to stay in power. So there should be 50 King Slime treasure bags. I only seem to have 11. I don't know what happened to the other 40 King Slimes, but it's a mystery that'll never be solved. Well, you could grab some weapons out of the weapons chest. Should be easy. Oh, she's finally in phase 2. Bags despawned. What if there's a limit to how many treasure bags you can be eligible for at once? Maybe. Not sure. You need to hit to get the bags. I'm pretty sure I hit more than 11 king slimes. But, dude, it is so difficult to tell where the small slimes in their random crystal projectiles are. Also, yeah, a lot of people will mention Queen Slime being easier than the mech bosses. This is way harder than the Destroyer was. This is way harder than the twins are going to be. There's an entity cap for dropped items. Yeah, but it seems unlikely we would have had 400 dropped items within that small frame of time between when the King Slimes died and I went to go pick stuff up. Yeah, I would consider Queen Slime to be harder than the mech bosses. All the slimes are dropping stuff too. I wonder if... Actually, that's a good question. I wonder how treasure bags work with the dropped items limit. Is the dropped items limit player side, client side, or is it server side? Because it's possible other people's dropped treasure bags might count against the 400 item limit, and that could have caused them to despawn for other people. Right? Because if there were 50 King Slimes and 32 people in the server, then that would be... what, 1,500 treasure bags in total between all of them? Assuming we all hit and killed King Slimes. So if that's server side, maybe only the last ones were the ones that persisted, because, you know, every 8 King Slimes, well, no, every 13 King Slimes, roundabout, would be 400 items, which is the dropped items limit. The minions are more difficult than Queen Slime herself? Yeah, no, Skeletron was way harder than Queen Slime when she had her 50 Skeletron minions, and then the 50 Skeletron Prime minions, and then the 50 King Slime minions. Like, they were way harder than Queen Slime. But yeah, the Entourage is part of the... It's like Capra Demon. This is the Terraria version of Capra Demon. You just enter into a tiny little room in the lower Undead Burg, and all of a sudden it's Queen Slime and 69 Skeletron Primes. Along with Omega Skeletron and his 140 hands. Why does each summon have 5k health? They scale for player count. Dude, Queen Slime's hitboxes are ridiculous. What do you mean that hit me? How fucking strong is the clap of her ass cheeks that the shockwave hits me when I'm flying like 15 feet in the air? I'm pretty sure Queen Slime's slam AoE is just a giant box around her. It doesn't have like bias towards the ground. It is quite silly. Okay, as soon as Queen Slime dies, I'll summon the twins and we can fight the twins. At least it's not Empress? Yeah, it could be worse. Alright, she's down to less than 100,000 HP. She's almost at regular Queen Slime HP values. Is this again Fixedboi seed that was turned into a normal seed? Yep, pretty much. Hence why we have bubble guns and the surface is all corrupted and everything. Is it for the worthy? Nope. Nope. Just master mode. Nah, this would be way more miserable if it was for the worthy. Nah, if you want a multiplayer for the worthy experience, you can go watch T-Day. Okay, she's almost dead. This is like regular queen. Let's bring her down where people can attack her. It's going to take longer to kill her up there. Because nobody can... Oh, I guess there's a lot of people up there. Yeah. She's almost dead. If we just bring her somewhere where people can hit her, then we have, you know, pretty good odds of killing her. But up there, like, no one can shoot her. I don't see what she's doing either, jeez. Okay, as soon as I respawn, I'm summoning the twins. I think she died to the left. Alright. Twins time. Yeah, where did she die? Okay, I see. Yeah, she died way off to the left. I don't know why we took her all the way over here. Okay, we need to, like, we can't... If you have Spasmatism by yourself, we can't fight Retinazer, right? Like, if you're the only person that can shoot Retinazer, we can't fight the twins. Like, we can't... He's being a bit laggy. If the man solo the 900,000 HP twin, yeah. You know, like, no matter how good you are at the game, you can't solo a boss with 1,000,000 HP in 9 minutes. If I had to summon the twins with commands, or have to summon them one by one? I don't think so. I think I probably just put in the twins. Thought all the server focused on Spaz, then we focused on Retinazer. I mean, if we do that, it's slower than doing the two of them at the same time. Like, you know, you have like half the people on Spasmatism and half the people on Retinazer, and that usually works well. It shouldn't matter though. I would not like, going to kill them by the end of the night at the pace we're working at. We really need to put them in places where we can attack them. We can't attack the twins. Whoever they're aggroed to is putting them in spots where we can't shoot them. I mean, I think we might kill them by morning, but it'll be close. We'll need to play really well. And it's tough when Spasmatism hits his second phase. We'll probably need to cheese Retinator second phase in order to have the DPS for it, I think. Alright, always assume when he's dashing that he's going to dash at you. Okay. Guess I should have listened to my own advice. I'm not sure how it ended up that both the twins are just here. Yeah, the aggro control right now is not good. We're failing this? Not necessarily. We do dish out a lot of damage, we just need to actually have aggro control. Because it's important that they stay in a place we can attack them, you know? Retinator phase 2 is very easy. Does anyone have any kind of aggro increase? Because if we do, then we could probably cheese Retinator second phase and just DPS the hell out of him. You? Okay. Yeah, if we can get Retinator phase 2 in a box, then maybe we could do 500,000 HP in a minute. Maybe. Let's see. Spasmatism's still alive, though. I think if we actually started on time without having a lot of lingering Queen Slime minions, I think this would have been fine to do. I think it's just, we started in kind of a bad spot. Might still be doable, though. We'll see. Swapping his aggro. Yeah. No, it's not because there were too many projectiles totals. It's because he's aggro to somebody that's on the other side of a wall. Yeah, tell you what, I'll just set time to night again and we can fight the twins from the start of the day. Or from the start of the night. Because I think that extra, like, minute and a half, 2 minutes that we lost there would have been good. And ideally, like, we have about half the people split up to go do Retinazer, and then half the people split up to go do Spasmatism. Roughly. There's the gun dude? I'm not sure where the arms dealer is. I'd leave them away and just sit there and tank it. It's quite difficult to fully face tank the twins. And even still, you'd want to lead them apart from each other. What did I want to put away? Then you separate redness spasms so you can cheese the ladder. No, it's not about cheesing them. It's just the fact that it's much easier to deal with them separately. Like, cheesing, it's not about cheesing them. Yeah. Okay, let's head back. I'm going to set the time to night, so we don't have to just wait around for this. You have 60 seconds. I mean, just try to have the twins in different parts of the arena. Like, have one twin on the left and one twin on the right, and then just split people between the two of them. Plus, that'll make it a lot more comprehensible as to what's going on in either half of the arena. Yeah, don't leave the arena. Stay in the arena. Just try to keep them in different halves of the arena. You're trying to make exploding bullets? Where did Demolitionist go? I'm not sure. It's a bit late for it. Alright, red news is off to the right. You got brain to second phase, you got like 12 stitches down from all the creepers, you don't feel like that's normal. Is that normal? Are you in master mode? The drops of the Brain of Cthulhu were restructured so that most of it comes from the treasure bag on higher difficulties. So, if you're playing on high difficulties like master mode, you don't really get very many from the creepers. Almost all of it comes from the treasure bag itself. Expert has a similar thing, but it's not as pronounced as master mode. Yeah. Because of that, most of the stuff you're getting from treasure bags, most of the tissue samples are going to be from treasure bags. Okay. Yeah. See, this is very good aggro control. Right now, Retinazer can't really do much. He's attacking somebody, they're safe, and the rest of us are just free to shoot him. And our DPS is way, way better as a result. Alright, he's going to move here. He's going to be shifting between here and the bottom. Hopefully he stays aggroed. I'd try to give him a little bit of room, because if you're too close, he might aggro to you instead, but Will creatures always target the player with the highest aggro, or is it a weighted roll? So the way that aggro works in Terraria is it makes the game think that you are closer to enemies than you are. Enemies target the closest player, and plus aggro means you're treated as being closer to the enemy than you actually are, and minus aggro means you're treated as further away than you actually are. There are a couple exceptions. Some enemies have special aggro. The only one that I can think of off the top of my head is Duke Fishron, who will aggro onto one player when he spawns, and then once that aggro is made, he will not lose aggro until that player dies or they travel very far away from him. So Duke Fishron doesn't really swap between aggro. He chooses aggro, and then he keeps attacking that person until they die. I can't think of any other enemy that has special aggro. Might be one or two, but... Alright, phase 2. I love where he just creeps in because his range gets lower. This dashing is going to be scary. Fast bosses in multiplayer is sometimes really bad for people who can't keep up, especially if the boss really wants you to run away. Cough, cough, Moon Lord. Yeah, it can be annoying. I don't think Moon Lord's as bad. I don't think Moon Lord is really that fast or mobile. I think it's more bosses like Duke Fishron, Empress of Light, that can be really annoying in multiplayer because they'll usually stay very, very closely to one person moving very quickly, and then everyone else kind of gets shafted. It's why those bosses can be so difficult. That was quick. That's what effective aggro gets you. Why am I killing the thing? She's acting in self-defense? I have no choice. I have to. I see I got a message request from Childro. I will get you the join details. Anyone who recently joined in or came back from a previous time and is at less than 200 HP, come see me to the left of the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid, and I can get you to 200 HP. Night after this, we'll fight Skeletron Prime. Should be fine. No, if you have less than 200 HP receding hairline, you have 200 HP. Once we get past Plantara, I can get you guys to 300 HP. Okay, well, I think that's everyone. Need a black lens for a, well, honestly, there's a good chance that somebody at some point got a black lens to drop. Maybe they have it in a piggy bank or something. Who gave you life crystals? You might have picked them up that were meant for someone else. It's possible the server duplicated them or something. I'm not sure. Oh. Oh, this stuff. What do black lenses make except that one summon? Well, people want them for that one summon. They make sunglasses in that one summon, but we just killed the boss that makes that one summon, so I think they want the black lenses for the optic staff. Were you supposed to bring your own gear? Nope, but there's plenty of gear in the chests that you can get. You actually can't bring your own gear. The server has server-side characters, so your inventory would be wiped on entering the server anyway. You'll have to do a login. I wrote down the detailed description in the streaming announcements channel of my Discord server, but basically type /register spacebar, and then whatever password you want. I'd suggest one word, something easy to remember that you're not going to forget if you want to log back in. You'll need it if you want to log back into the server. And then after you do that, type /login, space, your character's name, so Raspberry Sorbet or whatever it is, space, and then your password, and then you should be good to go. And then you feel free to look through, take whatever you want in the chests. It's free for people to use. Do sunglasses even look good? Sunglasses make it so that the sun in the background has sunglasses and looks cool. So, there's that. It's great vanity when paired with the dye. I don't know where Demolition is. Is he still alive? If he's still alive, just look at each one of the pylons. I'm sure he'll be at one of them. We don't have an ocean pylon. Is he at the ocean? He's near the left ocean and there's no pylon there. Is a pylon available for purchase? Because, I mean, I can conch to the ocean and then... I'll tell you what, I can go visit that demolitionist. I have a conch. I can find him. What, you wanted explosive powder, I assume? If I'm lucky. We have a stylist? Oh, they're shimmered. I see. Yeah, I'll just buy some explosive powder. Okay. I'm gonna put it this top left pets chest. Ooh, pirates. Alright. Top left pets chest in the Bass Pro Shop pyramid. Go there. Oh, it's Christmas. The Queen's privateers. Let's get festive. Is that 5 dynamite surrounded at once? Huh? Did I miss something? Oh, greater dynamite. Yeah, yeah. Mom gave you $6 Christmas gift, but everything is so expensive that you no longer have that $60? Pirates? Hello? Ah, there we go. Interesting. Pirates still can't open the these doors if there's something in front of them, even though they don't swing open. Range is not that good versus invasions? Yeah, it is. You just have to be using the right ammo. Exploding bullets will do very well against pirates. Unholy arrows. Lets you keep some distance from them. The airdropping pirates from above. This is why I never build arenas this large. Always gets annoying during invasions because enemies will spawn high above and then just fall down on you. $27 on a haircut, $40 on one meal for you, your dad, and your grandmother, and $30 on a new pair of pants. Yeah, you know, one thing that I do not regret learning how to do is cutting my own hair. I cut my own hair, and I don't do anything particularly fancy with my hair. I usually just do like a gradual gradient from like a size 8 to size 5 to size 3 from the top of my head to the side of my head. And, like, I have saved so much money from not cutting my hair. Like, haircuts are so expensive. Especially depending on, you know, where you are and whether you're going to, like, a Great Clips or, like, an actual barber. But, like, I've probably saved $500, $600 over the course of several years from learning how to cut my own hair. And it's not really that difficult to do. I mean, you'll probably fuck it up the first time or two you do it, so make sure you have, like, a hat as you learn. But it's a really nice way to save money once you are able to do it. It's found today that snowmen from the Frost Legion can't fall through platforms. Yeah, they're more like slimes and kind of how they bounce around. Oh, coin gun. It's a lucky drop. Ever since the pandemic, you've gotten your mom to cut your hair once or twice a year, and it's so much better than going to some Turkish barbershop where they cut it to practically nothing left. Yeah. You have super thick hair, so growing your hair out like a year or two ago got kind of expensive keeping up with the shampoo and conditioner. Yeah, I keep my hair pretty short. I just like the way that feels. I don't like the feeling of long hair. It's kind of just uncomfortable for me. Yeah, I think... How much does one haircut cost in my country? I mean, it depends on where you go, but probably anywhere between... Well, I'm not in Turkey. I don't know if that was directed at me or the Turkish guy, but... for me, a haircut would probably be anywhere between, as a guy, $20 to $40, depending on where I'm going. Now, I haven't gotten my haircut in a while, but that's what I remember the price being. Something in that ballpark. You have hair that is down to your shoulder and then 15 centimeters lower than that. Oh, that was a lot of money. In your country, you'd consider $10 expensive? I think it'd be pretty difficult to find somewhere in the US where you could get a haircut for $10. Like, maybe a Great Clips? Or some other similar discount barber shop? But even then, I still think you're looking at like $15 or $20. Great Clips and a coupon is $10. Yeah, okay. Hold on. I need that discount code. I need to throw it in the trash. I can't let anyone else have it. I can't let anyone save money. What is that? Pigvon minecart. I didn't even know that existed. You'd be able to get a nice haircut for $2.5 quite easily. Well, different economies in different countries and all that, but it'd be very difficult to find someone to cut your hair for $2.5. And depending on the style of hair you have, you know, men's haircuts are generally cheaper than women's haircuts. And are charged a bit cheaper, but, you know, some guys do have more fancy hairstyles that can be difficult to keep up with. And going to places that are going to be better at hair care, and more capable of doing fancy haircuts, can rack up the price a lot. You pay me $2.5 to cut my hair? I mean, I usually cut my hair for free. I'll take $2.5. Yeah, I remember... I always hated going to barbershops anyway, because they feel so awkward to me. It's like a dentist, except you don't have an excuse for not talking. It always felt like I'd go to a barber shop, it'd be some random guy that I don't know. Like, they're trying to make small talk, but it's awkward. And it's weird, and, like, they're positioned in a way that's difficult to talk to them, and I just always felt awkward, and I didn't like it. And then I'd always walk away from it, and my haircut would never really be, like, what I wanted it to be anyway, and I'd usually have to either touch it up at home or just, like, wait to grow into it or something like that. And, like, it got to the point where I was like, damn, I just spent, like, 30 bucks on something that I didn't want to do. I'm just gonna go buy clippers and cut my own hair. And it was a mess the first couple of times I did it. I remember I cut it way too short on accident the first couple of times. I looked like I just got out of, like, basic training for the military. And I was wearing a hat for a couple of weeks. But that was back when I was, like, 18. Plus, it really is so nice saving that money. If you're trying to budget, it really could be a super effective way of saving money. In the place you're living, you always go to the barber that charge you a $2 equivalent for a haircut? Oh, that's very fortunate. Women's salons are usually a safer bet for curly-haired guys. Yeah, but they're more expensive. Except the barber does not have a literal drill. Okay, but you don't have to talk to the dentist because they're in your mouth. Right? You have an excuse for not talking to the dentist, right? The dentist might make small talk with you, but then you just go like... You know, because they're inside your mouth. And you don't have to talk to them because you can't talk like that. Maybe you nod a little bit. Yeah, they try to talk to you anyway, but that's for their own amusement, right? There's no expectation to respond. But the barber's not like that, because I can talk back to the barber. And, like, I want to sit there in silence, but I feel, like, rude if I sit there in silence. And I don't know what it is. Like, it's only barbers that I have that experience with. Like, I don't mind small talk with other people. I'll make small talk with cashiers, with, you know, waitresses, fast food employees, guys standing in line next to me, or a person waiting at the train stop with me. But barber shops? Dude, I don't want to fucking talk to people at a barber shop. I don't want to talk to the guy cutting my hair. Like, anyone else, I'll talk to. But the guy cutting my hair, I don't want to talk to him. What authority does the barber have? Social pressure? I don't know. Right, like if someone starts talking to you, I'm not going to sit there in silence because then it's even more awkward. No, I don't want to talk to the guy because I'm my own barber. See, now I do talk to the guy cutting my hair because I talk to myself all the time. It's a live streamer habit you get into. Where you just talk to yourself all the time. Because you need to just be used to talking constantly and speaking your thoughts out loud. Why does the merchant look different? Oh, he got shimmered. Yeah. Hopping back on. What have you missed? Most of the mech bosses. We'll do Skeletron Prime tonight. Anyone have a Skeletron Prime summon? I'm sure we've gotten one to drop at some point. We've got 3 minutes before we'll summon Skeletron Prime. The nice thing about Christmas is you get a lot of major food buffs for basically free. Yeah, we have a Skeletron Prime summon. Alright, could you give those to me, Mario? I'm gonna be above the corrupt house to the right of spawn. Oh, we got a steampunker. So if you don't have wings, you can buy a jetpack from the steampunker. Thank you. You gotta be like, just clean it up at the bottom. I want to keep it long, please. Make sure it doesn't cut it short because you're boy moding. If you have a picture, or pictures of what you want your hair to look like, I feel like that helps. When are we getting Princess? Are there any major NPCs that would be challenging for us to get for getting the princess? Usually the main problem with getting the princess is just that people die. And it's hard to have all the NPCs spawned in at once because they're constantly dying. Okay, 2 minutes. I'm going to summon Skeletron Prime, so be ready. Tax collector? Yeah, someone will need to go down and get the tax collector. I mean, it doesn't take long to get a tax collector. You just have to remember to bring purification. What the fuck is that? Oh, those are optics. Those are the twins. Dude, I thought there was a worm. I thought there was like a discount Stardust Dragon wiggling down the pyramid. What is that? Why do they wiggle like that? Is the stylist here? I'm not sure if we've saved the stylist. Well, she's not in right now. Yeah, the wiggling twins. I will say the one thing that always annoys me about sloped blocks is it's what's happening right here, where the wall behind the sloped block is cut off weirdly, and it kind of leaves this jagged texture on the wall behind it. That's the one annoying thing about using sloped blocks for building. Yeah, if you have a thicker one, 2 blocks thick, it completely avoids the issue. But 1 block thick, you got problems like that. It's not possible to give each of the twins 2 different dyes? Unfortunately not, no. Critter Shampoo is global to all of your summoned minions. Just cover the entire world in walls, true. And enough shark fins? I think there was a shark statue at the mushroom biome that someone was farming shark fins in. I don't know if it's still there. But I think someone had said that earlier. Alright, Skeletron soon. Usually you want to focus down Skeletron's hands. And then once his hands are down, just lay into him. An extra conch somewhere? Well, it's Skeletron time. Remember, we want to keep him somewhere where people can attack him, okay? We gotta make sure that everyone can be dealing damage to him. Or at least his hands. I think we should keep him lower, ideally, because up there, Harpies can spawn, and if Harpies can spawn, that means Wyverns can spawn. Let's get rid of this. I don't know why this is here. Yeah, I think this layer right here is a good depth. Cog Launcher, probably your favorite range weapon for pre-Golem. I think you might be mixing up modded Terraria. There's no Cog Launcher in vanilla. Are there 15 King Slime relics? Somebody clearly was not here for the overthrowing of the Monarchy. King and Queen Slime and her 50 King Slime companions have fallen. And those are the trophies of our victory. This was their 9/11, and it was our Boston Tea Party. The Cog Launcher, she sells it during a solar eclipse? Not a thing. I think you're mixing up modded Terraria. Focus the hands. So anybody got life crystals? I can give you life crystals up to 200 HP. And once we kill Plantara, I'll get everyone to 300 HP. And before the Moon Lord, I'll get everyone to 400 HP. But yeah, after Skeletron Prime, just meet me at the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. Oh, there's a sandstorm. Go back to the right. Your game keeps crashing when there's a boss summon? That's unfortunate. We digging floor fight after this? I'll certainly be digging floor fight after this. You have no idea what weapon you're thinking of. Steampunker only sells the evil solution during solar eclipses. Yeah, there's no such thing. My guess is it's a modded weapon, or they're just hallucinating a weapon that doesn't exist. Or they're just trying to be silly and say a weapon that doesn't exist exists. Do the Vice and the Saw do the same job, basically? Yeah, but they do it differently. The Vice is very jumpy, whereas the Saw is smoother. Hog Launcher got reskinned. Okay, well, Skeletron's hands are almost down. Once his hands are down, his head's basically defenseless, so we should be good to take him out. Raider nail. The nail gun is a really fun weapon, and I like the nail gun. I just wish that the nail gun didn't require killing the most annoying enemies in existence. Because, man, nailheads are frustrating. Spiky balls are probably good against them. Nailheads? No, the damage is way too low. Spiky balls have a limited number of hits they can do each, right? Let's not lead him off to the side, because then we can't hit him. Remember. He won't get hit? I guess that is true. I hadn't considered that angle. And remember, the less Skeletron Prime moves, the more everyone else can hit him, and when there's 32 of us, being able to hit him is more important than any one of us staying alive. Oh, we got a Flying Dutchman mount. I remember back when the Flying Dutchman mount was busted as hell back in early 1.4. I can't believe that made it to live. I guess nobody in Relogic thought about using the black spot for dodging bosses. That's the only thing I can think of how it managed to get through playtesting. They were just like, oh, infinite flying mount. Yeah, well, I mean, surely they'd only use that for building, right? No one would use that for dodging bosses or for fighting. I mean, usually for nailheads, you just want to break line of sight rocks. Something like a Chlorophyte Partisan does the job really well. Yeah, as long as the nailhead doesn't have a line of sight on you, you're safe from the nails, because they don't go through blocks. You can also make a hole in the wall, shoot it through a hole in the wall. That's to work fine. Star Wars Episode 3. Revenge of the Skeletron Primes. They're back. And this time, they're gonna enrage. And like... Oh, wait, no, it sets the time to 7:30. Hold on. There we go. Skeletron Prime is back with a vengeance. Someone throws spiky balls. We might be able to beat him. Oh, it's a whale. Okay, yeah. If you're at less than 200 HP, come see me to the left of spawn. I'll get you some life crystals. Ooh, I got a zombie arm. Yeah, so left of spawn, come here, and I'll get you some life crystals. Is lawnmower only Dungeon Guardian possible? I mean, it's possible, sure, but you were at 200 HP, not you don't need health. Yeah, if you're at less than 200, wasn't somebody asking me about getting life crystals? Okay, well, I'm gonna go mining and they can reach out to me if they need something. Did somebody take the souls of sight? Or are they sitting in a different chest? What happened? You have all of the mech souls, let you put them back in there. Why'd you take the mech? Okay. Yeah, please put them back. Trying to quick stack yours? You can't quick stack into an open chest. To craft pickaxe, actually, that's why the thing is open. You open the chest and you just sit by the crafting station. You never have to take an item out of a chest to craft things. Never take an item out of a chest to craft things. Alright. I'm just gonna craft a couple pickaxe axes. I'm gonna put these in the pickaxe chest. Okay? Or the tools chest. The weapons chest. I'm gonna put 4 of them in the weapons chest and 4 of them in the couple of them in the tools weapons 2 chest. Sure. I don't need a bad revision. Pickaxe axes are a deadly weapon? They are. They are. You don't want to be caught lacking with a pickaxe axe. Zealous, pointy, lazy, murderous, forceful, ruthless, sluggish, slow, shameful, dull, zealous, ruthless, dangerous, dull, savage, nimble, agile. Should have just taken nimble. You could have beaten 70 Skeletron Primes with a pickaxe axe? True. Pants. Lava charm. Vine biome, my beloved. It's a very compelling biome. It speaks to the true nature of humanity. Mine all the chlorophyte? Yeah, don't bother leaving chlorophyte. There's no need to. Don't worry about seeding it. The server's not going to be running for long periods of time, such that chlorophyte would have a lot of time to regrow. Besides, the jungle's huge. There'll be more chlorophyte in your mind. Life food. Not much chlorophyte over here, huh? There we go. Oh, there's a mimic. Dark Cloak? Sure. Found the temple? It's, the temple connects to the surface, because this is Get Fixed Boy World Gen, so... Its location is known, but... The bottom of the temple can be nice to know. Found a bulb? Nice. Is anyone near the temple? Does a Moss one do 178 damage? I mean, that's standard Moss one stuff. Keep in mind it's on Master Mode. Let's not talk about joke spoilers about 1.4.5, because it usually just leads to people giving actual spoilers about 1.4.5. Just keep it in for another, like, couple weeks. Who knows? Allegedly sometime in January, hopefully. Man, there really does not seem to be much glorified here. Guess there's more over here. And I'm gonna die to silt. I gotta be careful. #1 mining hazard, silt. Oh, there was a geyser. I didn't even acknowledge it was by the dragonfly statue. Defeat the... Oh. Right. Now we've got actual floor fight here. I don't know what was going on in the outskirts. The game did not seem to want to put much floor fight there. The chest within reach of the door? That happens sometimes in the temple. Yeah, it's very silly. Sometimes they can spawn straight up outside the door, too. It's rare, but it happens sometimes. This kind of sucks. Get the Charm of Myths on. I hate emote. What? What are you rambling about, Aristokitty? Your feelings on the Wall of Flesh low-key change every day. You don't know if you like the way the boss is designed to basically encourage you to make a large bridge in hell. I mean, I would say that the Wall of Flesh is not designed to encourage you to make a large bridge in hell. I think the Wall of Flesh was designed to have you kind of improvise your way through hell, because the original Wall of Flesh moved very slowly if you've ever fought the classic Wall of Flesh. But his speed increase in expert mode really encourages the player to make a long bridge, and especially when you get into like master or legendary mode, it's, you know, almost non-negotiable. I think that the Wall of Flesh's original design is fairly clever, and I think that's a neat design space. You know, essentially having a boss that you have this additional pressure of needing to make your way through the underworld if it spawns on accident. you know, voodoo doll drops in lava or whatever. I think that the way that the Wall of Flesh has developed with the speed increases and HP increases from Expert and Master and Legendary mode, I don't think that's a good boss fight. I think the Wall of Flesh is not really much of a boss fight so much as it is an arena check. If you have an arena, Wall of Flesh is usually kind of a pushover. If you don't have an arena, the Wall of Flesh is extremely difficult. It's still possible to do without an arena, but it's really, really tough. Especially, I mean, like, if you're on, like, you know, Master Mode's one thing. Legendary Wall of Flesh without an arena is extremely difficult. Not technically impossible, but, you know, without imp banners and, anything to negate them, it's already an uphill battle, and then you add on his speed and damage and everything on top of that, it's just really rough. There's a queen bee alive right now, Turtles. Not sure where, I don't know what happened to her, but somebody summoned one on accident. I assume they're probably fighting in whatever beehive she got summoned in. Is building a tunnel for Plantara socially acceptable? I know plenty of strategies that work with Plantara. You can build a tunnel for her. You can just build a giant box arena. I'm usually partial to that one. You can just improvise with Plantara and go through the, you know, big open areas in the jungle. I'm not a huge fan of that strategy because I find that I usually just get harassed by random enemy spawns during that. Imp statue got activated. Red pressure plate? Probably a red pressure plate. But you can just kind of improvise with Plantara. Make a massive Plantara box. Yeah, I like that because it's easy to repurpose the Plantara arena for the Golem fight. And, you know, you need to fight Golem as well. And just it's a way to save time more than anything. You just kind of build an arena that doubles for Plantara and Golem. And it makes the arena building process less tedious on, you know, future playthroughs. Where can you get life crystals? Here, come see me to the left of spawn. Let's see, I think I mined 2 life crystals. Here. Is taking Golem out of the temple legal, or is that cheating? That's fine. Plantara is the same reason as the wall for you. She's an arena check. I mean, she's not an arena check. You can fight her without an arena. It's just a lot rougher to do. Like, it's more feasible to fight Plantara without an arena, I feel like, than it is to fight the Wall of Flesh without an arena. I would posit that. Here's a fun fact. If you're ever falling in the shimmer like that, you can open your map and then teleport back to the pylon by the shimmer. You can use a pylon to teleport to itself. So that's a convenient way of being able to do that. Water walking potions equals arena on drunk worlds? Sure. A water walking potion's not an arena in a regular world. Not to mention, like, because of all the weirdness of Terraria with sloped blocks, you can be walking on a block and then just fall into lava. Because it was a half block or something. I'm sure Chlorophyte Mage set sucks. Stat-wise. But I mean, just keeps it intact for when I want Spectre stuff later. Basically, every boss is an arena check because fighting without an arena is stupidly difficult. No, not at all. There are plenty of bosses that are not only reasonable, but fairly easy to fight without an arena. Or just like a very half-assed arena, right? Like, most bosses in the game in arena can literally just be like a couple small layers of platforms. Or just like a flat area. You know, a lot of bosses don't even need arenas. Like Duke Fishron, you can just go to the ocean, drink a water walking potion, have a gravitation potion, you're fine. Like, there's plenty that you can do that's perfectly feasible for most bosses, and they're not arena checks. Like Moonlord, your arena is usually just like the world as it is. Empress of Light, similarly, I don't find I usually make arenas for them so much as I just happen to, you know, use the world for them. Now, Mech-Dusa is an arena check. I think Mech-Dusa falls into the category like Wall of Flesh and Plantara to a lesser extent. Yeah, you really don't have to do much arena preparation for free hard mode bosses outside of the Wall of Flesh. They're very just approachable. I'm gonna go mine some more Chlorophyte. Can we get an arena built for Plantara? Man, you guys are really not doing a good job at avoiding summoning Queen Bee. There was one explosive and no other traps in that golden jungle chest. Yeah, that's a get Unfixedboi thing. Well, Queen Bee's coming to spawn, so get ready. She'll be here in a minute. Your stupid Queen Slime thing shot it and activated a bee larva? Dude, the Queen Slime thing sucks. That's unfortunate, though. The hubris of man. What was I looking at? Something I wanted to put away. The Skeletron Prime summons, that's right. But 1.4.4, you never bother making Chlorophyte. I almost just felt like wasting Chlorophyte. You could save for Shimmer Spectre. Yeah, adding Shimmer definitely did. Honestly, I think Shimmer did more to make Chlorophyte an appealing option than the buff to the Chlorophyte Crystal. Now, the Chlorophyte Crystal becoming hit scan was great. That's really awesome. Makes the armor set feel way better. But the main thing is just the fact that you're not wasting the Chlorophyte. You can just Shimmer it, get it back, and it's exactly as much as you need for Shroomiite or Spectre armor. My favorite track in the Terraria OST? I know. Oh, an Uzi. Nice. I mean, there are a lot of good tracks in the Terraria OST. I don't think anything in the Otherworld OST I particularly like. I'm much more of a fan of the regular Terraria OST and not the Otherworld OST. I don't really like the orchestral way that the Otherworld OST sounds. I prefer the more like chiptune Terraria OST. I would say... I mean, there are a lot of just iconic, really nice songs. You know, the Underworld themes. Oh, sorry. The Underground theme. Awesome. Mushroom theme. Awesome. I think Deerclops has a really nice soundtrack. Yeah, the mushroom biome is your school alarm when you were 12. Ever since then, you've grown to loathe the mushroom biome. Yeah, you fell into the fatal mistake of trying to use a song you like as an alarm. Because any song you set as your alarm, you're going to grow to hate. I don't use alarms anymore. I mean, if there's something very important that I need to wake up for at a specific time, I'll use an alarm. Like, you know, I have an exam at 10 o'clock, you know, I just, you know, make sure I don't oversleep or something. But I just kind of naturally wake up. Well, I tend to wake up really early. Oh, hello, Wyvern. I tend to wake up pretty early. Toolbox. Yeah, fun fact. One of the other extremely niche items you get during Christmas is the toolbox, which is just a building item that's in a Christmas present for some reason. It increases your block placement and range of your tools by 1, which is awesome. That's really useful. And for some reason, it's just a Christmas exclusive item. That's very random, but very nice to have. I'm gonna get rid of some of these. Clear up some space here. Who gave you 13 life crystals? Probably somebody that was mining. I didn't give anyone life crystals. The Halloween exclusive hook is just better than most of the other pre-hard mode hooks. Yeah, the seasonal hooks are really strong. Although I think they might have nerfed some of them to not be as OP. I don't remember. Maybe I'm thinking of a modded Terraria change. How are you patient enough to wait for that many presents? You just open yours as soon as you get them, even mid-boss. Well, keep in mind that's an accumulation of a bunch of different people in the world. Just kind of quick stacking their presents. Okay. What's our Plantara situation like? Has anyone started to work on an arena? I'll probably head down to the jungle temple and start below the pylon. Okay. Isn't below the pylon a beehive? So ideally, we would have Plantara's arena be near the temple. The temple isn't in the jungle. Yes it is. I am looking at the temple. That's in the jungle. It's at the surface. The top of the temple is at the surface. The bottom's in the jungle. It is true that the temple is able to generate outside of the jungle in Don't Dig Up, but not always. And the one here is in the jungle. You have over 3,000 presents in your main world from just running around the world and quick stacking it? Damn, how much time did you spend just killing random stuff? That's impressive. Yeah, I mean, with mining speed like this, it should not take very long to... Oh, lava charm. Get that on. To clear out a space. There's already a huge space over there. You think it's naturally generated? I don't know where you are. Do explosive bullets not work well in shotguns due to immunity frames or something? Correct. Clockwork assault rifle it is. I mean, you can make a mega shark. Probably a fair bit better than the clockwork assault rifle. You did get Terra Sparks in the Hand of Creation before hard mode, and Ankh Shield right after the wall. Yeah, I mean, that'll do it. Arm for an Uzi who wait for a chain gun. How do you manage to do that, man? Or we can find another bulb. It's just like... breaking a queen bee larva on accident is one thing, but breaking a bulb? I don't know how you do that on accident. Dynamite, maybe, I guess. Speaking of Terra Sparks, do you have a recommendation for accessories to use instead of it? You don't really want to do the Terra Spark grind. I mean, it's also grindy, but amphibian boots are a very powerful alternative to Terra Spark boots. Someone did it on purpose. I mean, I can scroll up in the chat log and see who it was. But, it's not really that big of a deal. We can just find another bulb. Yeah, keep in mind, I can see who summons bosses. Yeah, amphibian boots, are a very strong alternative to Terra Spark boots. You can also just use Spectre boots. Or lightning boots. Like, you don't have to fully upgrade them to Terra Spark boots. The only thing that Terra Spark boots have above lightning boots is just that they have water walking. And lava walking. That's it. There's no other difference between them and lightning boots. Well, frostburn boots. Well, you do also have immunity to lava and the, like, bioblock immunity, but functionally, in terms of mobility, they're the same. Dune Riders can free hard mode asphalt. Yeah, Dune Riders are really strong if you set up sand arenas, walkways. They're a bit jankier, but they're very strong. And stack really well with Magic Luminescence. Got another Plantara bulb. Yeah, we can work with it. We'll find more. Does anyone have a hive wand from killing Queen Bee? Because it would be a really easy way to make sure this arena counts as jungle. Magic Luminescence plus Shadow Armor is your pre-hard mode jam. Yeah. Yeah. I really love what they do with Shadow Armor. When they buffed it to give the movement speed bonus instead of the movement speed bonus. Because the set bonus used to just be movement speed, but like the shit version, right? Each piece gave melee speed, and then it gave movement speed as a set bonus. Okay, I mean, this is probably about fine. Does Magic Luminescence stack with Shadow Armor? Yes! And Magic Luminescence and Shadow Armor are actually different from each other. This is a very, very, very niche piece of information that almost never comes up. I already have an Aegis Food, I don't need one. But Magic Luminescence requires the player to be moving completely horizontally with no vertical component to their movement in order to get its movement speed buff. Whereas Shadow Armor does not have that requirement and applies to your movement regardless of whether there's a vertical component to it, which means Shadow Armor increases the flying speed of wings, whereas the Magic Luminescence does not. And this applies to hovers as well. There is actually technically vertical movement included in hovers, which is why the Magic Luminescence does not improve the movement speed of hovering wings. But Shadow Armor does. So it's basically never relevant, because there's never really a point in time where you need that extra movement speed for wings. But if you did, for whatever reason, you could eke out a little bit more movement speed from Shadow Armor. Yeah, that seems fine. A hard mode Shadow Armor set would be so cool. Like a movement speed focused hard mode armor set. I don't think it'd be very good. It's tough. Or just a set around the world evil for hard mode. Yeah, I mean, you could. My main concern with it is just that I don't feel like there's a lot of design space in hard mode for more armor sets. Like, let's say you added a hard mode armor set for the evil biomes. You guys gotta stop summoning Queen Bee, man. Holy J, man. I don't know how you guys keep managing to do this. There's not that many Queen Bees. The beehives are giant too. It's really easy to identify where they are and avoid them. It's a drunk world spawn. Well, generation. Get Unfixedboi. So the beehives are all massive. It's really easy to avoid them. Yeah, the hive wand would be nice for placing hive blocks to make the biome count as jungle to make sure Plantara and Golem don't enrage. But yeah, like what would a hard mode evil biome armor set do? Like we already have plenty of side grade armor sets. There's I'm dead. I need to get to the nurse. The nurse is gone, so I'm dead. Unless there's a Jeff Bezos. Oh wait, no. I guess I had enough natural regen to offset it. Because there already are several side grade armor sets. You have the forbidden armor set. Nobody uses the forbidden armor set. You have the frost armor set, and sometimes people use frost armor, but not super often because it's a little inconvenient. You have crystal assassin armor, which is not a very common side grade. You have 3, technically 6, ore armor sets, all of which are like viable and valid. Like, what else would you have a new armor set do that wouldn't be overpowered, would be appealing enough to make people want to get it, and wouldn't just feel like something that you would add and then no one would ever use? I think female villagers are looping themselves on a statue. I just girl things then. Okay, well that's fine. Bee coming to spawn? Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of space for more armor sets in early hard mode. There's already so many. And like, you usually just get one. There's like, what? 1, 2, 3, 6 to 9 armor set options. And you get one. And, like, you almost always just replace them for hollowed armor as soon as you kill a mech boss. Or a couple of mech bosses, right? Like, it feels like a really difficult place to inject an armor set. Make it post-golem? Dude, it'd have to compete with Spectre armor, Beetle armor, Shroomite armor at that stage. And then it would immediately just get obsoleted. Right? Like, I don't think there's design space such that it would make a lot of sense to add them there. I think there's just too much other content at that stage in the game. For hollowed competition, well, there's also clarified armor. And yeah, there's the old Monarchy ones. There's also turtle armor if you're melee. Yeah, I think early hard mode is probably like the densest point in the game in terms of armor options. I don't think there's a lot of space to add more armor sets there and have them fit. What are you girls doing? The jungle pylon should fix it tonight. I think the issue is there's some NPCs with a queen statue. How many people are in the game? 29? 28. Finish the game today? Nah, no. Probably not. We can do random post-golem stuff. Frost Moon, Pumpkin Moon, Old One's Army and stuff tomorrow. Am I going to include all of the King Slime and Omega Skeletron stuff and everything in the video? Bold of you to assume I'm going to make a video about this. What is this? That's a campfire. Is the arms dealer dead? No, he's alive. I don't know where he is, but he's alive. Yes, it's specular fish for wormhole potions milk. What happened with the Heart Lanterns? What was the last boss we were fighting? It was Skeletron Prime. He was here. I have the Heart Lantern buff. There must be one nearby. There's one here. Man, I don't think I would make a video about this playthrough. I don't think it's nearly interesting enough for that. Best case scenario, maybe YouTube shorts or background footage for another video. Local streamer canceled for destroying Rainbow's bonfire. I'm sorry, it's not June anymore. I do not have to keep up with the rainbow capitalism. We can switch back to regular bonfires. Campfires during Pride Month, campfires after Pride Month. $16-player Skyblock. You know, there was a point in time where I was considering trying to do a multiplayer Skyblock thing, but then I thought about it, and no, it would really just be miserable. Like, it would be so incredibly uninteresting and unfun. You guys know that part of the game that's really annoying in these multiplayer worlds where you are basically just sitting at base trying to do, like, inventory management or building, and there's somebody else there and they're getting in your way? Yeah, imagine that, but literally the entire game. You want to sit there arguing about people taking stuff out of chests, or, all that stuff? Just the entire game? Because that's all the Skyblock playthrough would be. Yeah, the ocean doesn't have a whole lot of content. I mean, the easy way to expand it is just, you know, the underground in the ocean. Put an Aegis fruit in here. Get out of my inventory. The only multiplayer world idea you have is just fucking. YouTube doesn't like that. You need an add-on to log people clicking sort item in chests. Oh, God. The nightmare, the horror. Okay, well, I think we're about ready for Plantara. I'm gonna head up to Plantara's arena, get the buffs up there. And then, do we have a nearby bulb? Has anyone located a bulb near the Plantara arena, underneath the temple? Most buffs are already there. Oh, okay. That's good. There's a bed, too. Nice. And have vines? Actually, I do have a vine, yeah. I'll put it in the pets. Dude. God forbid you try to live in harmony with nature. God forbid you try to walk near a bee without bloodlust overcoming you and stepping on their children. You fought more queen bees here than during T-Day, I think. Well, definitely more individual spawns. I'm missing the most important buff. I don't know what you guys mean the buffs are already there. We need Wilson. If Wilson was here, we would have already beaten the game. Wilson could fix this boy. Okay. Yeah, so, anyone know where our closest Plantara bulb is? We're gonna have to probably do a little bit of walking. Looks like the bed might be to the right. Right side of arena? Okay. Let's see. Have I seen a bulb nearby? Someone can use a danger sense potion? Danger sense potions don't highlight bulbs, but bulbs do just glow pink. Bulbs do just glow pink. Metahoikin golden room on the left. Nice. That's a pot, not a bulb. Well, I guess I can just get to digging. The pain. I don't have a mining potion with me. And what video did I do the thing where I flipped the underground snow and desert? I think that was the mage playthrough. I just did that in T-Edit. There's no option in the game to do that. That's something I did manually. The Brick of Hive is to make sure that it counts as the jungle. The reason for that is because... Actually, it's not necessary. That's right, it's not necessary. If this was actually Don't Dig Up, then the jungle temple would not count as jungle. And because of that, it's possible at the top part of the arena that it might not count as the jungle. But, because this isn't actually Don't Dig Up or Unfixedboi, it does count as jungle. So, it will actually count as what we needed to count for. I got excited there. It's just a demon altar. That's TNT. It's not blow myself up. Yeah, you can get rid of that hive. It's not necessary. Slash spawn Plantara? No. We can find a bulb. Anyone gonna have extra healing potions? I mean, you can go visit the merchant. It'd be too tough. Okay, well, I don't think there's a bulb over there. I can go back and get a mining potion. Has anyone found a bulb literally anywhere in the world? Anywhere. You have? Where? That wasn't broken. Yeah, I don't care about a broken one. I want one that's intact. Or is every life crystal a boulder? That's just get fixed, boy. You're pointing at a bulb? Okay. Bit of a journey, but it's not the journey. It's the destination. Alright, everyone get to Plantara's arena. Okay. Somebody should be between me and the arena in case I die. Because I might die on the way back. How to get vines in hard mode? Same as normal, man-eaters. They still spawn, which is less common. I found the Plantara bulb. Yeah, somebody, or a couple people, whatever, start making your way on the path back, just in case I die, because I'm not the tankiest. And if an enemy interrupts me, it could get dicey. No, that's not... I thought that angry trapper was Plantara. Where is she? There she is. My fruit. Hunter potion would be nice. She's stuck on your map? She's moving. It's probably just a lag thing. Plantara's here. Make sure we get back in one piece. Yeah, you guys can all go to the arena now. She's close enough. Yeah, let's not do this. What is... Why would you... Who is throwing dynamite? Apologies, opening up the way. It's not helpful. You destroyed the pylon. Yeah, no, the way was open enough. It didn't need help. I appreciate the thought, but you blew up the pylon. Okay, let's swap back to my actual fighting accessories. Here comes the lag. Yeah, this might be bad on some people's PCs. I'll see if I can help out, though. That might help with the lag, hopefully. Well, let me go set my spawn. It might help the lag. I said might. It's possible that it could help the lag. No, they've got tendrils. If they didn't have tendrils, they wouldn't be able to move. Plantara being able to move actually requires her to have tendrils. They've all merged into one super Plantara. That's alright, we've got Goku on our side, man. We're not gonna lose. How are they shooting from up there? That's what I want to know. It helps lower lag, reduce lag because it reduces the number of players. True. Everyone likes the idea of playing Unfixedboi. Nobody likes actually playing Unfixedboi. Well, that's nice because this isn't Unfixedboi. You mean if you get Unfixedboi playthrough, but everything is so annoying, you feel like doing a don't take a playthrough is much less annoying and similar enough. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the major things that Unfixedboi does are replicated in Don't Dig Up, like the world gen changes. How to TP. Oh, did you not set your spawn? Here. You can have a wormhole potion. You're gonna want a wormhole potion to, make sure you set your spawn, okay? When you get down there. So wormhole is somebody on the right side of the arena. Join the blue team. Wormhole to like Mario or something. And then set your spawn. Very important, you set your spawn. Somebody using beanades? Well, they are the ultimate weapon. I'm going to steal this crystal ball for the time being. Because we're... I don't think we have one down here. Oh, okay, we got a Plantara to phase 2. I think just one. Why are there so many? Are there 2 of them in phase 2? Wait, I think every single Plantara... That one doesn't have legs. That Plantara doesn't have legs. Look at her. The one that's still in phase 1, she doesn't have legs. She's just floating. Okay, so... I guess when she hit phase 2... Okay, any Plantara hitting phase 2 makes all of them sprout tendrils. I think. Yeah, chlorophyte bullets are not good for Plantara. We should try to get her away from spawn. Easier said than done, I understand. Yeah, okay, so when any of them hit phase 2, it makes all of them sprout tendrils, I think. Well, these outer hooks, once these ones die, they won't respawn, these tendrils, so clearing these is productive. They're spawn camping? They studied Sun Tzu's Out of War. The tendrils, the other Plantara got added to the first one? Well, yeah, because I think all of them sprouted tendrils when the first one sprouted. You're getting spawn camped? Well, we're slowly killing the tendrils over here. Oh, I think they changed. They got interested in us. They realized we're here. You were going to set your spawn and she killed you? Well, that's unfortunate. I don't have any more wormhole potions to give you, so you're... I don't know. You could try walking. It'll probably be a while before we kill Plantara. You might be able to walk here in time. Well, just think about it. If we kill these Plantaras, that's 3 treasure bags, which drastically increases the odds of getting, like, a Venus Magnum. I think once we clear out these tendrils on the hooks, I think we'll be in a pretty good spot. Oh, there's still 1 Plantara in phase 1. Or the fabled grenade launcher. Grenade launcher is not bad. The self-damage does kind of suck, but in terms of damage, it's actually pretty respectable if you're landing direct shots. I think we want... She doesn't have legs! Those guys just stopped moving. I don't know what's going on with them. Yeah, no, this isn't legendary. This isn't get Unfixedboi. That's the thing. Being summoner for this is miserable? Oh, I can imagine. Alright. I'm trying to weave through, but there's a few too many tendrils. It's basically the vine biome come to life. It's vine ropes the boss. I'm genuinely afraid that as soon as we get the final Plantara to phase 2, it's just going to sprout new tendrils on all the hooks. The guide to plant fiber cordage's revenge. You can drink potions, Stalled Storm, mana potions. Mana sickness doesn't affect summoning minions, and you can use that to recover the mana to summon more minions. Flare gun does not affect enemy spawns. Flare gun affects projectiles, of which Plantara does not have very many. Just some, mostly in phase 1. I wasn't expecting the drive-by from that one. How do you beat Wild Flesh as Summoner once your minions start targeting the Hungries? So what you can do as Summoner is just not use a whip and force your minions to target the top eye with like a Vampire Frog or something. That's if you're really struggling with it. In general, you can kind of just kill the Hungry if your damage is good. You know, Vampire Frogs and stuff. because whips add quite a lot of damage, and they're fairly effective. Well, I mean, we're pretty close to killing 2 of the Plantaras. For some reason, the third one has way more HP than the other ones. I guess we just haven't been doing that much damage to her. But these 2 are at like a third of their max HP. We're getting there. The phase 1 Plantara is killing you? Yeah, the projectiles on top of everything else can be pretty rough. Hey, who's that? Where did you come from? All of them have 1.1 million HP? Yeah, it's 3.3 million HP between all of them. And then plus the tendrils. But only the tendrils on the body respawn, the ones on the hookstone. I don't like how these guys are teleporting. They're terrifying. Okay, that one hook is clear. Okay, another hook clear. Okay, hooks are clearing up, which means it's a lot easier to get in the vicinity of the Plantaras. What if Plantara hooks were like... What if Plantara hooks were like player hooks and they flung Plantara at 5? The third one went to the phase 2 and it respawned hooks on all of the hooks, didn't it? Or tendrils on all the hooks, didn't it? Yeah, the other Plantara hit it. I told you guys that as soon as the Plantara hit phase... None of you guys believed me for some reason. Or at least the couple of you in chat that were disagreeing with me. No, whenever any Plantara hits phase 2, it spawns tendrils on all of the Plantara hooks. So all of the progress we made fighting those tendrils was from nothing. Okay, well, honestly, that Plantara is very near dead. We can kill 2 of them, and then we just have a third one. And there are no more projectiles being shot, which honestly should make this a lot easier. She's still floating. She hasn't gained legs. She didn't become one with the other Plantaras. Yeah, we've almost killed 2 of them. anywhere? No. The one downside of the bubble gun is it does not have much range for this. I mean, one of them's below 100,000 HP. She's very nearly dead. Okay. Just lock in, not get hit by these tendrils. The revenge of the vine ropes. Okay. The floating Plantara has come to me. Honestly, hold on. Oh, damn. I was gonna say I could lead the floating Plantara away. Because she should be super non-threatening by herself, but the hooks had other ideas. This is a Plants vs. Zombies moment. And where the Plants vs. Zombies, but where the zombies? Well, how much life is she? 32,000. Only 32,000 on Plantara. $25,000? Come on, come over here. I can shoot you. I can't get through her web of tendrils. 10k? 13k? This is it. We can take out one of them. Alright, Plantara down. Now there's just two more. Give me that treasure bag. And honestly, the other one's pretty close. What is she at? Can't quite tell. 120,000? Oh, I don't like it here. This is scary. This is I don't like it here at all. I don't like it here at all. I don't like it here. I don't like it here. I don't like... I don't like it there. Yeah, make sure you pick up the bag as soon as you can, because there might be some weirdness with it disappearing. There's a little bit of lag that comes with servers like these. It's alright, there are still two more Plantaras to get bags from. Alright, 56,000. Where did the first one die? It was towards the middle of the arena. Was that 25,000? She's super close, but I just don't have the range to fight her. She's outside of effective bubble gun range. Why are you accidentally trying to sleep on the bed? You're right. You're using the wrong part of it. You want to use the base of the bed. The head of the bed is where you sleep. The base of the bed is where you set your spawn. Oh, it's party time. Smador, Paris, and Trevin are throwing a party. Can't even tell how much HP is on that Plantara. Okay, we killed one of them. Left side of the arena is where the treasure bag is. Left side on the floor at the edge of the marble biome. Okay, well, this Plantara has inherited all of the other Plantara's tendrils and hooks. She's flying no more. Now she's actually gained the power of the power of legs. Biblically accurate Plantara, yeah. I have spare wormholes. I do not have a spare wormhole potion. I gave you guys all my wormholes. Come back to after it's dead. I'd say that's a good idea, except for the fact that somebody broke the pylon. Unless it had gotten fixed. She's down to 70k. I can't get close enough to hit her, man. It's terrible. Alright, this is the end for you, Plantara. You and your 2 roommates. Alright, let's see what I got. Grenade launcher. Leaf blower. And a wasp gun. You know, just about everything that isn't a Venus Magnum. Okay. I think I might end the stream a bit early today, and we'll pick up tomorrow. I'm kind of tired, and we're on perfectly fine pace. We can just keep this going tomorrow. Yeah, so everyone go ahead and head back. I'll give you guys... Oh, there are 2 beds here. Yeah, I'll give you guys, like a minute or 2 to open your treasure bags, sell stuff to NPCs, whatever, and then go ahead and close out for the day, and we will pick back up tomorrow with Golem and all the other random post-Golem content. Sapling. This guy here, what's poppin'? The stream's ending, sorry. Took a hell of a time to join. Yeah, this is, a large multiplayer world. We've got, well, I think we're at like 30 players for Plantara. But it's got 32 slots. And it is generated as a Unfixedboi world, but I removed the Unfixedboi qualities, so instead it's just boy. This is just boy. Okay, at 11 a.m. in-game time, I am going to close down the server. So, if you have anything you need to get done, get it done by 11 a.m. You've got a little over a minute. Yeah, and then there have been a couple of other small things that have happened. I summoned 3 Plantaras to fight instead of 1. We fought roughly 70 Skeletron Primes at once. Queen Slime and her 50 King Slime harem. You got a Venus Magnum? Nice. If only we could all be so fortunate. Alright, you guys have 20 seconds. There are a few Venus Magnums in the weapons chest? Okay. Okay. 10, 9, 8. I'm kind of bored. I'm kind of just going to close it now. Okay. Well, I will be back tomorrow to finish this, and then we'll work from there. I'll probably do a couple other multiplayer things before 1.4.5. A little farewell to the update, to 1.4.4. And then hopefully roll on through to whatever the hell 1.4.5 is going to bring. But yeah, tomorrow, about the same time, and we'll keep this going. So yeah, bye everyone.